Okay, perfect. I just to begin the recording. Okay, hey all, thanks for joining. So we are happy to see you guys joining. Right from this is from our Jacksonville Salesforce developer group. These are presentation on how to use WhatsApp when they are linked to Salesforce via Hopper product, and we have the entire Zimic team who was here to present and then give them overview to us. Okay, with that, right, I'll give it back to Zimic team. Please take it forward and then show us the capabilities and nice cool features about this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohan. Thank you for the presentation. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Jacksonville Salesforce Developer Group. Thank you for joining this virtual event. Thank you, Mohan, for inviting and making this happen. My name is Lucia. I am part of CIMIC. I'm here together with Nicolas, or Nico. He's our CEO and founder. CIMIC, as we were mentioning a little bit earlier, is a Salesforce consultancy group. It's been working for over 13 years of experience. We've been our niche has always been the US market. And lately, for the last 2 years, we've seen an opportunity with Latin America, specifically with the amount of information that goes. We use sales WhatsApp business very much in Latin America, and we saw an opportunity here to create a product which integrates native Salesforce with WhatsApp business. And this product is Hopper, which is the one that we will be presenting today. Throughout the presentations, if you have any questions, please feel free to send us either by the chat or raise hand or whatever. We'll be happy to answer any questions throughout the presentation. There will also be time at the end for the questions if you have any. As I said, together we're here with Nico, our CEO, and myself, and we're going to present to you a few housekeeping before we go ahead and dig into Hopper and the presentation. I want to let everybody know who's here today that we will, for everybody participating in this virtual event, we're going to give you a free Hopper license for 3 months so you can try it out and test it for yourself. So later on, you can send us your email address and we'll be sharing the license information for you to use and try out and see how awesome the product is. And also, if you stay tuned until the end, we do have a very brief quiz, a 3-question quiz, and whoever answers fastest to the questions will get an Amazon $50 gift card. So stay till the end. Stay tuned till the end.
So, I guess that's my part. So the features now. What we're seeing. So, as Lucia mentioned, we've been working with the US for most of our company's lifetime, and in Latin America, it's a pretty different market here. We started working 2 years ago, and what we've seen is that there's a lot of opportunity here to use Salesforce because business in Latin America are not very used to changing technology. They're slow to adopt technologies. So you already know Salesforce, so we won't get into that part. But like business, they're not closed entities, and there's a lot of flow of information, both with internal teams and external teams. And there's really no flow control of information usually between the companies, the communication that goes out or in, either with customers or between teams. Salesforce talks a lot about customer 360 and centralizing. You're used to like cases, have a central point, or work orders, opportunities, everything business related. But there's not so much as a centralized communications hub. There are of course products like digital engagement, products on the App Exchange that help you do that. But we have quite a different approach here in Hopper, in the product that we build, in the way we want to centralize and control the flow of information. So if you look at what the words look like, specifically if we talk about WhatsApp, there's 2.5 billion users worldwide, 55 billion messages sent daily. That's quite a lot. And what we find is that, as we were saying, like companies, they sell to all kinds of different people from different backgrounds. And so one thing is you get to know where your customers come from, right? And where your customers are. What are their communications tools? So if you talk to younger demographics, probably they have an Instagram account and they're used to getting ads on Instagram and making purchases through Instagram, through direct messages, talking to each other through Instagram. If you talk about older generations, especially when you come from, for example, Latin America, and you can see here in the graph, Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp are the clear leaders in communications, um, besides like traditional phone numbers. Um, and depending on where you are, you either are used to, talking with Facebook Messenger and doing business also with Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp. So or approaches, you have to talk to customers where they are. You cannot force a customer to talk to you on different channels that they're not used to. And I don't know about you guys, but like for me, like having a web chat, I would prefer that to having a phone call, of course. But I don't like web chats that more. I mean, I would rather contact via WhatsApp, via Instagram, via Messenger, besides anything else. And so if you talk about like, and there's another thing, like nowadays there's immigration everywhere, right? So if you're talking from someone that's in Latin America, you guys are in Jacksonville, so you probably see a lot of Latin American folks, and everybody has WhatsApp. Um, and WhatsApp, it's the tool to communicate with your family, to communicate with business. It's your day-to-day tools. Um, so you really need to start thinking about, how to connect with your customers where they are and in the communications method that they prefer. So this is a typical screen for anyone in everyday work, right? And Salesforce talks about customer 360. So the idea is to centralize everything in Salesforce. But what happens with businesses usually, if you do business via WhatsApp, if you're or via Instagram or any other kind of communication network via social networks, you usually have to still have like your Salesforce window open and um, any other tool like WhatsApp web, Instagram open on the web, or things like that. So you still have to have different applications open. You have to have several screens and move from one to another. Um, and besides what we try to aim, it's like centralize everything. And besides that, with tools like Hopper, you have extra benefits like from these screens, you can, if you put everything inside Salesforce, you can get something like this, right? Something that you can handle all your business from one single account. And with a tool like Hopper, you get extra things besides the regular WhatsApp conversation, like the possibility to tag the conversation, tag different messages, the opportunity to have, like, if you have different salespeople, like they can have their own phone number connected to Salesforce, or they can everybody can talk from a single phone number, from your sales number. So you have the option to either do single or multiple numbers. You of course have automatic routing of messages. If you have compliance needs, this is very powerful because, like, if you work in healthcare or financial services, usually you need to have a track of your communications and you need to have a backup. And if you um, on different, if you start have communications on different networks, you might not have a backup of what they talk unless they provide it. So with using a tool the helper, you are, it's very easy to have compliance. Um, like if you have ISO certifications, quality certifications, it's very easy to comply with anything, any kind of backup that you need, because everything lives inside of Salesforce, and you have the full power of Salesforce. Like reports. You have every message that gets sent out. It's recorded and saved as a Salesforce object. And of course, well, the difference about one of the different things about Hopper for our application is that it works with Salesforce communities or digital experience. Now I'm I'm old, so it used to be called community. So it works with digital experience, and it works inside the Salesforce mobile app. So you actually can use all the products with Salesforce and still be able to use Hopper. You do need to have API enabled, so it wouldn't work on Salesforce Essential license or Professional Edition unless Professional Editions have and the API enabled add-on. But it works with Salesforce Platform, Enterprise Unlimited, and actually any kind of license that uh, um, provides API access. So we've talked about the original part of the presentations. It's always focused on WhatsApp, but we were actually releasing today. So you kind of guys have the premiere here. It's that we've transitioned from being a single channel application, so just a WhatsApp application, to an omni-channel version where you can now talk from WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, and soon to come Apple Messages, SMS, and the plan is to keep expanding on social networks. But let's not do everything a presentation. Let's do a live demo. Um, so if you want to scan these QR codes, this will take you to either WhatsApp or Instagram or both, and you can talk live in the demonstration. Um, just in case, let me type here. So I also just added in the chat the Instagram account if it's easier for you guys, if you want to check it out. The WhatsApp number, I don't remember it by memory, but you can scan the QR code there. So let me go back to the screen and let's go to Salesforce. So Salesforce, we don't need to walk around that part. This is a dashboard we created with, some of the commonly used features like where are the conversations coming from the different channels, how many open conversations we have, any unread messages that we have. That's important when you work in a contact center style. You need to keep a track on the timing for unread messages and how fast you reply. All those kind of regular things that you do with working with cases, working with Salesforce. It's the same kind of thing, but focused on conversations. If you're used to digital engagement, you know that Salesforce focuses on a conversation and opening for cases and opportunities. That's not the case here. The idea with when using a tool like Hopper, it's that you have the all the all the communications, all the conversations that you have. The idea is that they work in just the same way like you would use the social network. So um, if you look at the screen, we have an utility bar app. Um, we're seeing here that we've got the messages. So let's click it. First things that we see here. So there are my chats. These are the conversations that are assigned to my user. And we have unassigned chats. I'm seeing here that Mohan has already written here. Oh, my type is not that good. So if you notice, these conversations, Mohan, Mahesh, they were unassigned chats from WhatsApp. You can see the network that they're coming from here. We support everything that WhatsApp supports. So audio messages, images, reactions, emojis, everything that you're used to working with WhatsApp, all the native functionalities. We support it, sharing locations. Just it works just like WhatsApp. There are no limitations here. And okay, so this is an application. You see the whole chat history here. I had it open, talking about having multiple windows open and stacked. So I have my own account here open on this side from WhatsApp web. And basically it's just going back and forth with the communications. One important thing is when you're using WhatsApp business API, like is in this case, you're not able to write to your customers unless they have contacted you in the previous 24 hours. That's a WhatsApp limitation and the way it is designed. So when you work with WhatsApp in that kind of way, if you want to contact the customer and they haven't contacted you yet, what you need to do is you need to send a template. So templates need to be approved from WhatsApp. Everybody that uses WhatsApp business is already used to that. So basically, we have all your templates that you have approved in WhatsApp here, and you can just send them, and it will enable you to talk via WhatsApp. So the different parts, where it becomes application like this becomes interesting. So first things, it's tags for conversations, right? So when you're talking to someone, you might want to have a kind of a reminder of what the person is doing and what's happening. So you can tag conversations and filter by them when you search, things like that. So you can get like reminders when you open the applications, but you can also even tag messages. So you have information about it, you are having a conversation and the conversation has a lifetime, right, with the customer. So you can tag and have different milestones for the conversation, if there are support requests, new opportunities, those, any kind of communication tag that you can think of, you can actually tag it. This of course you can see in reports. um, so when someone writes and you don't have it registered in Salesforce, it's not an account. It's just not a contact. And you have two options here. You can actually automatically ask Hopper to create a lead for you, or you can actually leave that open and have your agent or the person that's using Salesforce choose what to do. So in this case, we're going to create a lead. What this will do is from the information on WhatsApp, uh, from the information on WhatsApp, it's open basically the new lead. This follows your regular Salesforce flow. Whatever you have configured here will appear. When you create the lead, I didn't add the status. So let's say we're working. Any like validation rules and everything, this respects everything that you have in your org, right? Um, so I in this case I created the lead. I'll be the owner assigned to that lead. Let's actually go to the open lead. In this case, since a lead, you can still do the conversions from here or directly create accounts or contacts. Um, and this is pretty basic, right? Just regular Salesforce information. But yeah, you can just from here you can directly go to the league, work it, do whatever it's that you want to do. You can even go ahead and convert it. This is like regular Salesforce. You're used to that, guys. So um, once you create a list, since in this case I converted the account, yeah, I don't see the lead part. It just shows you the account information. One thing we did is, let me take a picture. One thing we did is that when, just a moment, there we go. Let's do, let's send a picture here. And one thing that we did, it's like there's business that like constantly get pictures and information, all that stuff. So we're not actually saving the picture in Salesforce when you receive it. That's because we want to save on storage. We don't want you to keep storage of things that shouldn't be there. So when you do it, you just have the option to attach it. In this case, to the account, because we are on the account. Um, it will attach it as a file in the notes and attachments, but all the pictures we're just saving the link. Yeah, so you don't have to like have the information. I'll go with I'll show you how the messages are saved in just a minute. So yeah, and the other thing is, for pictures, if you see there, so this is the latest picture, but so it's going to load it. But we also, for older pictures, we'll just show you the square, and once you click it, it will open. That's also to save you, bandwidth, so you don't have to load all the pictures and everything that's sent on a conversation. So also, like for your regular flows, right, when you're working, like if you want to create an opportunity directly from a conversation, because when the conversation starts, you don't know if it's going to be either an opportunity, if it's a support request, unless you have a bot that, the bot, of course, does the deflect for you. So you can just from here create an opportunity. Again, it will show you anything that you have configured, and you work with your regular. Um, let's add the stage. It will work with your regular flows. Let's open here the opportunity. It will save you. It will save you the messages that you attach to the opportunity in the description, and yeah, again, you can go ahead and work it, the way you're used to. Um, Okay, and that's your basic functionality, right? Create opportunities, case, working, in a chat window. Let me show you from here, the Instagram part. This is it works very similar. So where am I? There we go. Um, it's basically the same flow, and you can do the everything in the same way. The idea behind that is that, well, it doesn't matter the social network, your flow as a user. It should always be kind of the same. So the idea is that any kind of social network or communication method that we keep adding afterwards, you'll still be able to work with the same flows. um, in this case, one important thing. So there might be a difference between the account name, the contact name, and the Instagram or the phone number. So we will always show you the original name at the top and the account name at the bottom, because you need to have that information too. Other basic stuff that you can do with any kind of communication network, you can leave the conversation so another agent can take it. You can transfer it to another agent, or you can just go ahead and archive conversations, if it's not. The important thing of archiving, and we can auto archive conversations, it's that if the customer writes, it will pop up back up at the last person that was talking to a conversation, or if it's unassigned, if you leave the conversation, it will appear here in unassigned chats. Um, let me guys show you a little bit about what the backend of the application looks like. So you configure everything inside of Salesforce. You do need to get, for example, if you're connecting to WhatsApp or Instagram, some account information, like phone number, IDs, and business account number. All this information is provided um, by Meta in this case. Um, some general settings, how to configure the different tags. If you want to do a mass archive of conversations, if you have session timeouts to keep up with the SLA. Let's say I'm an agent, I took a conversation, but I'm not replying within 10 minutes, 15 minutes, then the conversation goes automatically back to the queue, so another agent can take it. Record ownership. It's if I'm already logged in, if I'm already registered in Salesforce, if my phone number or my Instagram ID is in Salesforce, we match that so that the conversation goes to the appropriate person, or we just always send it to the last person they talk to, um, or the unassigned queue. So you have that kind of options there. We have a bot. The bot is context aware and it's intelligent, but it's not full on like artificial intelligence. It's intelligent based on the context and it's aware of what you're doing. So it will either save information to your organization or take information from organization to get information. Um, another important part when you're doing setup for Hopper. You have template mappings. So talking about not only for the bot, but for templates, if you have conversations where you need to send information, let's pick up this one. This one has information. You can send templates. You can also save interactive messages, flows, and all the kind of messages that WhatsApp supports. Um, but in this case, if you want to, send an information about an order, this is order 100. You can just search in the objects. It will take the information and let's remove that first. So it works with a WhatsApp template. Like this is the notation language for WhatsApp. So you have the different points, and when you select the appropriate object, it will just send whatever it's saved on your information. Um, this, of course, I don't know if it's that useful to send this manually, but it becomes very powerful when you do automation. So you can send WhatsApp messages from flows, from Apex code. If you have external systems, either Marketing Cloud or any other kind of system that you want to have to push a message from WhatsApp, we have an option where you can record external messages and it will do the WhatsApp sending either via templates. It's usually going to be a template, right? But yeah, it connects to anything that you want actually. One of the popular use cases is WhatsApp, but it will work with any kind of network. So I'm going to show you very quickly. And even so, directly from Salesforce, you can also do a mass email send from here. A mass message send from here, either to Instagram or to WhatsApp. So if you don't even need to have Marketing Cloud or even leave Salesforce if you want to do mass communications for promotions, those kind of things. So I'm if you're familiar with Marketing Cloud, I'll go and really quickly build a journey to show you what the information you need to fill out. And basically, let's just create something really quickly here. So you basically what you do is you create an object activity. Let's give it a moment, and there we go. We have an object that's called Hopper external messages. So it's going to be really easy for you to integrate with Apex or flows. You just basically do an insert in the object, and Hopper will send out the message to any of the social networks. So basically, what you need to do is select the credential name. This is the either the phone number of or the Instagram account that's going to go out from. So in this case, this is going to be a WhatsApp message from this credential. This is the name. What we're doing is we're just adding the phone number here, so we know easily what it is. And in the case of Instagram, the name of the account. But this is a free text, so you can put whatever you want. This is going to be a fixed number, right? Because the credential so it was going to be the same. Then basically, who's going to receive it, and this connects directly from whatever you have information on or configured in your this is not that phone number. Oh, no, that's okay. I'm going to put whatever here. It doesn't matter, just for demonstration, right? So you get the first name from whatever you have configured in your marketing cloud, and the other important part is the phone number. In this case, because it's a WhatsApp messages. Let's add here. Oh, we said model number. There we go. Of course, what you'll need to do is you'll need to have the template. The templates, as we were showing earlier, it's the ones that this is the templates that you have. So yeah, all the templates here, it needs to have the template name. So in this case, it's going to be the hello world now. That's it. You can do a mix of dynamic information with fixed information, and basically you're ready to send a mass campaign from Marketing Cloud. Again, this thing that we do with external messages, it works with anything via API integration, Apex Web Flows, or whatever. So it's really easy to send messages here. I believe that's it. I showed you a lot, talked a lot. I don't want to bore you guys, and it's lunchtime, so I won't take a lot of information, a lot more time for you guys. What we'll do is,
Question.
yeah,
To trigger it from Marketing Cloud, we just create a record and it triggers and message, right? But if I wanted to do it from Salesforce, do I need to do it like create a tons of record into an object and that triggers a message, or do I need the option?
yeah. So
Do I have an
basically,
easy option?
if you want to do it from Salesforce, there's in the Hopper applications, there's a mass message send Lightning Web component where you just choose where you want to send this from. If you want to send it to either accounts, leads, or contacts, and you can just do a filter here. So let's run a query for everything, right? So you can just do a query here. There you go. So you can just do a query, and it will take you. This is all the phone numbers that you will send a mass message to. You need to choose, of course, a template. And that's it. You can just send it now or choose to scale it.
Yeah, if it's okay with the minimal set of records, I think hundreds or thousands. But what if it is like 100K records or more than that? Like
there's actually there's no limit to what you want to send. The limit actually would be it's how much you want to pay WhatsApp or Meta for the messages. So each message has a cost, just like
Yep.
in digital engagement or any other application. That's the cost at Meta. We don't. So the idea from this application and our focus from the start is that we don't want to be involved with the messaging costs or anything like that. So Once when we connect, Hopper, you'll connect your own Meta account, and Meta gives you like a credit line and everything. So whatever you have on your credit line, you can just send message to after you fill the credit line and pay again. So there's actually no limit in the amount of messages that you can send. It can be hundreds, thousands, or just tens. It's just a matter of how much you want to invest when sending mass messages.
I agree. I'm asking about the query that you are running over here. So sometimes if records in object is too huge, the query is not going to handle so much. And 34 is fine. It's pretty easy. Just select all. And even we can just select manually and send, right? So if it
Yeah.
is more than 100K records, if you click select all or add a filter, will that be a problem? And also, we are in the backend. I'm sure that you guys are going to invoke an API to trigger how that is being handled.
That's yeah, I get your question. That's an excellent question. So for the mass send, all the messages are not being sent at the same time. So we're not doing a query where we would extend the limits. We're actually sending just a few messages each second, and that's a limit that the API gives to us. So if you send 100,000 messages, you're not going to have an issue with getting hitting Salesforce limits for queries and things like that. Um, but it will just store whatever you need to send and just start sending it one by one, to put it that way, or not one by one, but just a few at each time. Um, the other thing is not all numbers are going to have. So I just did a query without checking anything, right?
Yeah.
um, so there might be phone numbers that are not good. They don't have WhatsApp, or they don't have an Instagram account, whatever I selected here. So we have logs for all the messages that are being sent, and you're going to get the information. You're going to get at least like all the records that don't have in this case, a valid phone number. um, Again, when you're talking about like hundreds or thousands, we could probably improve this UI so you don't get the errors. You get a more user friendly approach to getting that. But for now, it's we're just sending you here. When we hit the limit for what we can show you here, we'll have another log created. So you're not going to lose information, are not going to lose sending out because of Salesforce limits. um, but if you have like 50,000 erroring records, it's not the best experience for now. We're improving even this mass message send. So when you do the query, it will send to everything that's there. Um, this
Um,
screen is going to be improved pretty soon to have a better experience.
Sure. One
yeah,
question.
and how?
Go
Yeah,
ahead. Go ahead. Satish. Finish your thought.
no, no. Okay, if it is, let's say if I have a lead that I already send me an message, or we are in communication for 1 or 2 days, how do I see the recent history with the individual leads? Do I need to go to that pop-up, like omni-channel pop-up that we show, or do I have an individual view with a particular lead? Like just go to the lead record and see all the conversation history over there?
I'm sorry, I am not sure if I got the question correctly. Can you repeat it?
Yeah. So if I am in contact, okay, I'm a lead, I'm in contact with you for 1 or 2 days regarding my order. Okay. It's
Yeah.
either through WhatsApp. Okay. So if you wanted to, as an agent, if you wanted to see all the communications over on with me on a lead level, let's say go to lead record and then see these are all the conversations that I had with this lead. So is it only via this omni-channel pop-up, or you can also see it on the lead level?
Yes, you can actually see it at the lead level, and that's actually an excellent question. So all the conversation history, you have it here, of course, but then we also have and we didn't configure it here. So that's an excellent question. So we have a lighting component that you can add to any page that you have. Let's do it very quickly. A tab. Let's do custom and here. So we have this lighting mode component where you tell it, this can work with any Salesforce object actually. So basically you have to tell it which is a primary or secondary phone fields that we're going to look into to know which is the appropriate phone number. Let me check, and because I don't remember, so this is just an account, so it's going to be phone, right? It's not going to be mobile phone. So you just tell the component which is the primary and secondary phone fields that we should look for conversations, and you have the there we go, activated. Let's do it default. Yeah, we won't care about that here. So anybody that has access to this record will be able to check out the conversations that you have here.
That's great.
Also, if you are not the owner of the conversation, so I'm going to click Open Conversation. You can configure it here. You can configure it so that if you're not the owner, it will not let you interact and send messages and just show you like the conversation, but everything grayed out. And if you are the owner of the conversation, it will just open and you can just continue talking from here. But yeah, you can do it like this. The good part about this is that you get to see if there's back and forth with images and everything. The other option that you have is just and I'll show it here in this way. All the conversations are recorded in Salesforce, so you can just add a related list and get all the messages in the conversation. So that's up to you and how you want to show it. This part, I don't know, it's probably more for developers or other kind of
No.
things. And let me show you. So you always get the status for the message, everything that's you know that you're used to. And this message, actually, the one that didn't have anything, that's the image that we received. So when it's different media types, as I was mentioning, we don't automatically save it into Salesforce, but what we actually save the WhatsApp or Instagram social network URL. So we always save the URLs directly, so you won't get the message. But
So
yeah,
is the URL is public?
what? Sorry.
The URL, the piece that you save from, I mean, the image URL. Can you go back and then
Oh yeah.
just click the URL?
Oh no, it won't open. It's and that's because how Meta works. So if you click the URL, you're going to get that. You're only able to get it via an API. So on the backend, the way it works is you have to do a couple of calls to the API to log in and get the actual images. So this won't actually, if you go through a browser, they won't show anything. That's a security measure from Meta.
Okay. And then on the configuration, like, okay, before going into that, before I do purchase these the upper licenses, so I should have the Meta licenses available, and I'll be using my WhatsApp business something already,
Yes, you need
right?
to have a WhatsApp business account, um, which this part is weird. Sometimes, like if you go to Meta and just register your account, you have the account ready and approved in 5 minutes, and sometimes it takes 5 days. and we've seen that with customers, and I don't think there's a correlation or anything. It's just you know, what's the move that Meta is seeing to have like very quickly your Meta business account. But yeah, basically, you need a Meta business account, um, and a phone number, and that's it. um, the setup on the Salesforce side, it's very easy. You just need to get like business account number, phone number ID, business account ID, and that's basically it. Oh, of course the tokens, right? But once you get this information from Meta, it's basically connected that same moment. Um, One thing that's also important, what you do is when you want to give your users access to Hopper, you just add a permission set, one for the admin permission set and the other one for the regular user. Once you have that, you can see all the users that have the permission sets logged here, and you can sign, let's say, like, I don't want Javier to have access to the WhatsApp number, and I don't want like Gabby to have access to the Instagram account. So you can choose which which agents have access to which accounts. If you have access to everything, it will show up here.
Yeah. Uh,
Got it.
yeah. And sometimes, right, if I am an agent, I just wanted to communicate to my lead or guest directly from my number. Maybe that is provided the company, not from the WhatsApp business, not the WhatsApp business. Would it also be supported, or just only with the business number that we configure?
So yeah, so there's two options, right? All the numbers that we set up here, they all need to be WhatsApp business accounts.
Okay.
They cannot be regular numbers. So what we have is we have companies that all go out through the same number. So all the communications go through the same number. And then we have companies that have numbers for if you're like a sales rep, that's the most common use case. They will just set up a WhatsApp business API account and assign that number to just one salesperson. The thing that's going to work differently is that you won't chat from WhatsApp on your mobile phone. You will chat from. Can I share the screen from my phone here? I never tried that. I'm not sure if I can.
Yeah,
Um,
you can do a Aircast, but I know for the sake of time, right? Yeah. So definitely,
yeah,
if you give that,
but
Nick. Yeah.
yeah, basically, you just go through the Salesforce app on your mobile phone, and you can use Hover through the Salesforce app on your mobile phone.
Okay.
Also, for community licenses, you can also have the what of community. I'm sorry, digital experience. For the digital experience access, if you have digital experience partner communities, things like that, you can also expose Hopper. So if you have some partner or someone that need to use one of your WhatsApp phone numbers to send messages or anything, it also works with digital experience licenses.
Okay, got it. So, Nick, one question from my end, right, quickly. I know there are few more folks, right, who wanted to, because we love this demo. See, I think, right, as you mentioned, right, so the limits are more towards with WhatsApp business and also with Instagram or any other social media, the omni-channel partners that we are going to use, right? So, what is the architecture, the licensing model that we have to do? So, let's say if I get this package from Hopper, I need to pay only one integration license cost, or how does it work for Hopper in terms of buying this product?
Great question. It's basically a license per user. So you buy a Hopper license for each agent that you want to have access to Hopper, and that's it.
Okay.
Um,
It is based on the agent, or let's say if I'm a kind of a super admin or an integration user, right? You know, now with the new trends coming on AI, right? The AI things can automate and go back and right. Do you think like one integration license can do all this, or you have channelized into multiple categories? That's where our
yeah,
team is interested.
yeah. So if you have it's just for integrations, you can
Uh-huh.
just have one license, and then it will work for all the integration. So it's amount of users. So if you only have one
Mhm.
user, it will work perfectly too.
Sure. Yeah, I have few more questions, but I'll give opportunity for others to ask, and then we'll probably, if we have time, we'll definitely ask. Yeah, please, others, if anyone has questions, please go. Mahesh, we cannot hear you, Mahesh. If you are
Yeah, I
unmuted,
think you're talking, but we're mute.
yeah. Mahesh, still we cannot hear you.
I think you're still mute.
I think you are unmuted. Can you make sure your audio is correct?
Oh yeah, or if you want, you can type it in the chat if it's
Yeah,
easier.
yeah, Mahesh, if you want, you can type in the chat until you fix your audio issue. So the next one, what I want to ask you, right? See, let's say if I'm a user, right, for a certain company, and then I'm kind of contacting you guys via WhatsApp. So what's happening, right, in WhatsApp, right? Let's say in a group or something, there are so many settings and options, right, where the message can be viewed only for 30 days or 90 days, or the message expires, right? How do you guys manage? Let's say if a user came back 6 months back, and then they do. Remember the image that you showed, right? Will the API can access again, or is there any limitation? I can look back data only last 1 year or 3 years. How does this work, Nick?
All the data is stored in Salesforce, so everything is going to be stored as long as you want.
Uh-huh.
And then if you migrate from other number,
Uh-huh.
the data will not port.
Yeah.
So let's say you use any other application. Um, we've had some experience with other companies where you can export the messages and we import them into Salesforce. That's a manual process that we do when you set up the application. But there are some applications that you just can't. So if you migrate from any other application,
Mhm.
depending on if you can export, we can re-import, but it
Okay.
will not go back and let you look at all your older messages when you start using um, when you start using Hopper, and that's actually the same thing for any application that connects through Meta. Meta won't let you access the history. It's whatever you have saved
Mhm.
there. Then the question from Mahesh is how we taking consent from the user. So if let's say if I'm sending mass messages
Mhm.
to numbers that I have never contacted, I'll give you the WhatsApp example. So oh I don't know how to show you, but the first time the user when you receive a WhatsApp messages, it will display this is a new message. They have no conversations with you. You either accept it or block it. So the consent is actually handled by Meta. That's an important part because this is very similar to Marketing Cloud when you're sending emails where you need to warm up the APs. So if you have a new phone number, a new WhatsApp Meta account, you won't be able to send 10,000 messages right from the start. You need to start slowly sending messages. If I remember correctly, the first limit you have it's 1,000 messages daily. That's outbound messages, right? You can receive as much messages as you want, but outbound messages to people you don't know, you're able to send 1,000 the first time you set up your Meta business account, and then it will gradually let you send more messages when you're sending messages and just people approve and engage with your account. That's something very important that even though there's no limit or theoretical limit within Salesforce for how much you can send. Meta does check and has a health meter for your account. So if you send 100,000 messages and you get like 70, 80,000 people blocking you, they're going to not let you send more messages from that phone number. So Meta does actually check, user consent and manages your account health. Um, when you're sharing files, I don't remember the number actually, but I believe the Salesforce limit is 25 megabytes, if I am correct. But it's a limit that you can send within Salesforce. I am pretty sure it's 25 megabytes. I'm talking by memory. I don't remember, but if you want, I can find out and let you know afterwards. Um, Yeah, and the broadcast notifications, that's exactly what the mass message send is used for, or you can actually do it from Apex or from, so for example, if you create a Salesforce campaign, add the users and just have a flow that sends a promotional messages to all those users. Yeah, you can broadcasting messages. It's actually one of the use cases that we have, and it can be any kind of message. Yeah, we can do. I'm sorry. Any of the future use audio or messages? Yeah, well, you can let me. This is an audio message. So yeah, you can actually send and receive audio messages, and we'll we play it here. Um, I would say in general all that. I sorry, I will click this again. So in general, any kind of thing that you can do with regular WhatsApp, you should be able to do here. Um, like if I do, let's do like an emoji. So if you do emoji reactions, all that kind of things, um, oh, this looks very small on the screen. It looks good on my screen, but I'm probably sharing. Let's do. Yeah, this looks small on the screen, on the share screen, but it actually looks pretty okay when you're looking directly in your computer. But yeah, yeah, reactions, replies. Let's actually do a reply from here. Audio messages, video, photos, PDFs, whatever you send, you can do on WhatsApp. Yeah, you can do here.
Sure. Yeah. So thanks, Nick. Yeah, I know we are close to the time. Is everyone okay? Nick, I don't know what's your schedule. I just want to be mindful of your time. Is it okay for a few more questions or?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I just want to make sure, right? The team, yeah, please, team, if you have a few more questions, because this is the new modern world technology, right? We are not relying on emails and other things, right? Now it's all through this digital asset. Please
Yeah.
ask any questions. And I like this idea, right? Couple of my friends are running business company and they're using WhatsApp business. They're finding the switching between the same problem, right? Definitely, I would like to show this, right? See the question, right? Like Opera is one of a product, right, where which solves this business problem, right? Is there any other products that are competitors to you guys, or how do you manage? How do you differentiate? Let's say if someone asks me, right, go for Opera. What are the data points that I have to give compared to your competitor others? Do you have anything, Nick?
Yeah. Actually, we do. We have comparisons with the other products are there. I guess
Uh-huh,
the easiest comparison would be with digital engagement, right? That's
uh-huh.
Salesforce native applications to do communications, and there's quite a bunch of differences, right?
Yeah.
So the easiest one, like the easiest one, it's we're a lot cheaper. That's that's the easy point. So we don't need to go into a lot of detail there, but we're actually cheaper. And one of the reasons that we found is that
Mhm.
um, with our customers, the limitations that we found with digital engagement, it's that you need to pay the Salesforce license, and then you need to think about how many conversations am I going to have and pay that in advance.
Mhm.
And a lot of our customers in Latin America, they didn't want to do that. They didn't want to do like, I need to figure out how many conversations I'm going to have. I need to have like pay in advance, and then I may not use that for maybe a year, those kind of things. So we developed a product with that in mind, actually, to just be a very good product market fit where you just pay the license cost, and then everything else you can handle with Meta. And if you want to pay in advance to Meta, that's good. If you don't, if you want to use the Meta credit line, you can just go ahead and do that. And that's your relationship directly with Meta. We're not in the middle for that. We'll just provide the technology for you to do it. That's one of the biggest differentiators that we have. From the model that the pricing model that have that digital engagements, and many other applications have. Then on the technical part,
Mhm.
to me, what happens or what we see is that, with digital engagement, what you have is, you have a conversations, it starts and then it ends, and then you go to another conversations, it starts and it ends, and that's okay from a business perspective. Like for the agent, the conversation starts and ends, and you can just forget about it. It's not, um, you don't care a lot about the history if you're an agent. But when you're a salesperson, when you have a relationship that goes through over the years,
Mhm.
the conversations, it's not just start and stop and continue. It's more a going back and forth, and that's what we wanted to have. That's why we have like this chat kind of
Mhm.
version working like this, where you have all the conversations through all the history that you have with the customer. So you can have information from messages that you sent 2, 5 years back or whatever, of how long you have been using the application, right?
Mhm.
But that's it. Like the conversation, you see the conversation exactly as the customer sees it. Like, you can scroll up and see all your history, just the way that you do in your phone. Like with digital engagement, you have just your transcript, and if you want to see all the conversations, you need to look at the other transcript. So we believe this approach, it's more centered, and it's the same approach or the same way it works with all the social networks. It's You're seeing exactly what your customer sees, not just a piece of the cake. You see everything, and that's pretty important regarding approach, and that's why we also created the tags for the conversations and for the messages,
Mhm.
because that's the other part. If you have the whole history, you need to remember what you were talking at some point, and that's where tags become useful. Just setting those milestones from the conversations and setting, um, in this case, I can be a new opportunity, but then, I can have a support request, and then you basically can have anything, right? So the idea is that on a conversation level, conversation is going to be back and forth, and you're going to be at different stages. And on the message level, it's also, there's going to have different things. Like if you look at the customer history, so you have a lead, you have an unknown, that unknown becomes a lead. That leads makes you an order, so you have orders. Then, yeah, you might get support requests, more orders, and it's kind of organic the way the conversation flows, and that's the way we were trying to model. Just trying to be as close as what the customer sees as possible. Um, Other differentiators that we have, it's that as long as you have a Salesforce license, it works with an API license that enables your work.
Mhm.
So you need to have API access. You can use it with any license, so there's no restrictions. You want to expose that, and that happens. So what happens with one of our customers here in Latin America is that their call center, their contact center is an external company, and they don't want to give them the full-on Salesforce licenses. They have partner account licenses for the contact center, and they load the information there. But they do need access to WhatsApp. And the option that they had before is they will manage WhatsApp on their own. And if you're the business, you're losing an important part of the information. You just get what they want to send you. So in this way, you can manage WhatsApp on your own. You can expose Hopper on digital engagement and digital experience. I'm sorry, and your contact center can apply um, to your conversations with a much cheaper license that's actually designed for external users.
Perfect, Nick. I think this answered all. I think, is there any other more questions anyone from the participants please ask now, or we can go into the quiz directly.
Yeah, well, we can do it. We can do the small quiz, so you guys that
Yeah. So,
sit through all the
yeah.
presentation can get
Yeah.
uh, can get the Amazon card. And then if you have any questions or anything that you need, you can just shoot us an email and contact us.
Thank you. Yeah, I would request. Yeah, thank you, Lucia. If you want to take the survey, and if you can please take it forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks, Nick. It was an excellent presentation, and I'm going to post this in the LinkedIn and also in our community group. I would need the slide that was shared in this presentation. I would need a copy of it so that I can attach and paste it, Nick. That would be
Yeah,
great.
we'll send you a copy of the slides, and yeah, anything you need, just feel free to contact us. Thank you guys very much for your time.
Okay.
If you guys take 30 seconds to see the results of the quiz, you can go ahead and take it now. Almost there. Let's see who's the winner.
Yeah.
Okay, so you say you want to share the results, and
Yeah, we've got Mohan. You got 2 out of 3, and you did it in 22 seconds. So yeah, you will be receiving the gift card your way.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Thank you for it. More than the gift card, right? I think our team is very happy to be part of this presentation, where we learned about this digital, and also I thought initially you guys are focusing only on WhatsApp, but the vision that you guys have, right, for Instagram and for future thing, and also with AI coming in, I think this product will be of a big use to our community in any industry, right? Okay, I think thank you for hosting Nick and team. We appreciate all your time and effort. Okay, it was amazing. Yeah, we would like to
thank
partner
you,
with you guys in future. Yeah,
thank you guys
Thank
for
you
your
guys.
time.
Have an awesome day.
yeah,
Bye
sure.
bye. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Congratulations, Mohan.
Yeah, thanks, Mani. I'll do. I'll stop recording.